Welcome to the Rough and Tough podcast. We're coming to you live from Old Bangkok Hostel on a sunny, beautiful day in Thailand. To my left, the owner of Old Bangkok Hostel, Eddie. To my right, helping him with the production and later on with his voice, the Dutchman himself.
Hello.
Eddie, we're going to get into some things today. First and foremost, let's get to what's important for people who are not here and who want to come here. When it comes to COVID, people are saying all kinds of different things. My experience was you can come in, vaxxed, you're good to go, no PCR test, pretty easy, no issues. Is that still what it is, or do you know differently, or what do you think about?
There's no restrictions. You can come in right now without or with a vaccine. You just need a PCR test if you don't have a vaccine.
Okay, so that's the only limitation. And then some websites have been saying you have to follow certain COVID measures, whatever. Is that like everybody decides for their own, or how's that working with the COVID?
October 1st, all restrictions are removed.
So no more mask wearing, no more mandatory, nothing.
It's being declared as a endemic.
So therefore, it's fully open, return to Thailand pre-COVID.
Yeah, no vaccines, no PCR test, nothing.
All right, so there you go. You have it straight from the source. Again, Old Bangkok Hostel is a great spot to start. And going forward with that, also Eddie, we know that now marijuana is legal. For people that looking for a marijuana vacation, that are considering it as part of their budget, can you give us a little breakdown about maybe the rules and about what people should be looking for price-wise if they want a budget or where they want to stay and have a marijuana experience?
Marijuana has been legal since June 8th. There's no restriction on selling, planting, and growing, and distributing or carrying it on you anywhere within Thailand, on the plane, on a boat, in a car, on a train. You can possess an unlimited amount of marijuana on you. It could be a kilogram or a gram. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But this restriction is this non-restriction is temporary. We're coming out with more rules to regulate cannabis. We are the first, as I know, hostel with a dispensary below, and you can smoke inside. We haven't been openly advertising it because we're not sure if the rules and regulations will change down the road, so we don't want to invest too much into it yet. But so far, it's a free for all. So if you come to Thailand, it's the Amsterdam of Asia right now.
Nice. And Old Bangkok Hostel is sort of the pinnacle start of it all, isn't it?
I wouldn't say the pinnacle star, but we were one of the first movers.
And now also too, people come here, you can smoke freely, and also if you don't want to smoke here, you can take it with you. But people who take it with them, there's a lot of things that have come to attention of, like, you know, in Canada or other countries where neighbors complain about the smell, or there's a lot of different issues.
They'll come later.
So now it's not a concern. So if someone buys from here and they go into their own private setting, they're allowed to smoke.
They just cannot smoke it outside, outdoors, on the street. It's considered a public nuisance, and they can arrest.
So where do you smoke? It has to be somewhere inside a smoking area.
Inside an area where your home, your car, in an establishment inside, not outside, where the establishment allows you to smoke marijuana.
So what happens to people who are coming to travel? They want to stay in different places, like Airbnbs to whatever. You can't. What do you have to
seek permission.
Oh, okay.
From the landlord.
Okay. Only then they're allowed, because you can't smoke outside. You can smoke off your balcony. No. Like in Old Bangkok Hostel, you cannot smoke on any other floor but the first floor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and why is that? Because of those rules that you only allow certain places?
Because not every guest wants to smell cannabis or smoke. If you smoke on a balcony, it permeates through the bedrooms upstairs.
Okay.
In the lobby, we have extractor fans, we have the AC running, we have air purifiers to try to keep down the smell.
Okay.
But if you smoke upstairs, it's just like smoking. There's no smoking.
Now, people that are concerned about safety when it comes to weed, or I mean safety and of the product and where the product comes from and the pricing of the product. What are the
pricing of the product? I wouldn't say is that expensive.
No, it isn't compared to other cities.
Compared to like Amsterdam or Cali.
No, it's.
But I mean, you can't expect it to be Thailand prices yet because there's not enough stock to go around. It just legalized June 8th, 3 months ago. Most of the weed that's being passed around right now and sold is probably illegally imported or from illegal growers. So there's really a limited supply of marijuana that can be distributed and passed on to retail where you can buy. So the prices right now are still, in my opinion, higher than what it should be. But as people's crops come to harvest, in the next following months or next year, I think the prices would dramatically drop.
So can you give us an idea of prices just for people that are looking to budget for it, for like a basic strand or a higher level
Thai
strand?
stick, you're looking roughly anywhere. It can be like 100 baht, which is $3 US or less, $2.50 US for like a few grams,
Yeah.
right? If you want the better stuff, the royal Thai, you're looking around 200 per gram, maybe less some places, depending on if they're growing and selling themselves. Gorilla glue, you're looking at least 500 to 600 to 700 baht per gram indoor. Northern Lights, 500-ish, 600.
Okay.
Our prices are considerably much lower than a lot of dispensaries. And the reason why is because our core focus is not in cannabis. Our core focus is getting people in through the door so that they can enjoy the cannabis while they stay here. Kind of it goes hand in hand with the backpacking lifestyle.
Yeah, it's definitely
And it allows people to just chill out, after they come here on a bus or a train or on a long journey from home, that they can just chill out and everyone becomes more social and get to know each other and then go out and do activities.
And when it comes to the pricing point, like you said, over time things will stabilize and the price will stabilize as well, right? So it's kind of like Wild Wild West right now.
Well, it's like everywhere. I mean, you can look at California, you can look at the US or Canada, where I'm from. In the beginning, the prices were sky high and now it's worth nothing. So a lot of growers, like I have a few friends from BC, are coming over here now because they can't make enough money over there.
Too much supply.
Too much supply, so they're trying to migrate over here, but they need a local, a guy like me, to help them start up. I mean, a lot of people are doing it. A lot of people are trying to come in here to make a quick buck. But then again, like I said before, with weed, anytime there's no regulation, there will be an oversupply, and which is a good and bad thing. Regulation makes it difficult for us to obtain a license to grow and sell, but it also controls a healthy market price that people can still make money off.
And people got to realize, right? You can't be bringing papers and filters and bongs from everywhere else, so they can get all that where
you can get all that. You can get all that in Thailand, wherever you buy from.
So then basically you got everything you need to know when it comes to the marijuana experience in Thailand. You listen to the Rough and Tough podcast live from Bangkok, Thailand. Third thing we want to get into is dating situation. A lot of people asking me questions about how's the dating work, what's the story with lady boys, what's the story with the white guy, what's the story with white women, who do they date? So let's first start on the simple pretext of it. You obviously being Canadian, right, being of Chinese descent. So you've obviously seen a lot of ways how it works and the scope of relationships in this country. You've been here 12 years, I think.
Yeah, 12.
Right, 12 years. So how would you explain, let's start first with a guy. Let's say the average white guy who's coming from Western country who wants to come. What's the things that he should know, assuming he wants to date only heterosexual women? What are some of the things he should know about dating in Thailand?
Well, first off, you're not looking for marriage. You're here on the holidays. So have some fun. Second of all, dating women from Thailand and anywhere else is the same. Okay?
Yeah.
It's the same. Women are women, no matter where they go.
But it's different in some sense, no? You're a white guy. You are a very...
I don't think so.
No,
not,
but
not anymore.
Supply and demand. There's only so many white guys.
There's a lot of white guys. What are you talking
There's
about?
a lot more than there used to be.
There's 70 million people in Thailand. And there's 45 million tourists came through here in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do have to say, if I can drop in, like there is an extra element here in Bangkok, which is the ladyboys. There's
not that many ladyboys.
I've seen quite a few.
Because they all congregate in touristy areas.
Oh, so it seems like there's a lot.
Yeah, they're there to supply the market, which like ladyboys. A lot of Middle Eastern and Indian men and North American men also are curious about ladyboys.
Yeah, okay.
That's why you see a lot of them. I mean, if you go into any of the glitzy shopping malls or where normal Thai people hang out, for every 200, maybe you see one.
Okay.
But so you wouldn't say that it would influence the the flow of, like, for example, hitting on someone here. Like, I can tell that sometimes if I'm hitting on someone, I'm kind of like,
No, I don't think so. I think I think if you're in a touristy area and you're drunk, yeah, certainly.
Okay, so we're gonna stop.